Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Strawberry Hill Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Simmons, and as always, we're here at the Shop Cigar Lounge. Make sure you come and visit whenever you can. Before we get started, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Strawberry Hill Podcast. And today, I got a fellow cigar brethren, and he's the owner of Classic Blends Cigar Lounge. And you got two locations, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We got Mr. Will Harris.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. William Harris.
Well, yeah. Welcome in, my friend.
Well, thank you. Glad to be here. Today.
Yeah. So Will, how you been?
Busy.
Yeah. I understand that.
You can concur.
I can concur.
Man. Yeah. So a lot going on. Trying to keep up. Mm-hmm. Trying to keep a change, keep things fresh. Right.
So what's your background? I know a little bit about it, but I don't think everybody knows about it.
Well, a number of things. My career was accounting. So my background is CFO for a charter school. I did that and I still do that. I contract my services back. I've been doing that for over 24, 25 years. And so that's my working background. And then in addition to doing that, I pastored for a number of years.
Yeah, that's great. When did you start doing that?
I started pastoring when I was probably 26, 27. I started out as a youth counselor and essentially finished seminary and went into pastoring at the church that I was a youth counselor at.
Have you always been like a religious person? Like, is it like a family thing, or you just kind of?
My dad's a preacher. My stepfather's a preacher here in Kansas, actually, Mount Sinai. In Kansas,
in Wyandotte County,
off Quindera.
So you got some Wyandotte blood in you.
Well, yeah. Grew up in the Missouri side, but he's pastored in Kansas. So, and I wouldn't say I'm religious. That wouldn't be a good. And that's a whole nother discussion. But I'm not religious. I do, however, believe in Jesus.
Yes. Yeah. So, what got you into accounting?
In college, I played football.
Where'd you go to school at?
I started out at Texas Southern, and I finished up at McPherson.
I didn't know you played football.
Yeah.
So what position?
I originally played cornerback.
What?
They moved me to receiver, and I just kept getting bigger. By the time I finished, I was running back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then so you went to school, and then you just decided, hey.
Playing football, I just took classes. I always had been good at numbers. And so toward the end of my junior year, an advisor actually chose my major. He said, "Well, you got to choose a major." And so I said, "Well, what do you think I should do?" And he said, "Well, you've taken a lot of math. Why don't you just be an accountant?" I said, "Okay, I'll do that." Literally, that's how I chose my major.
And so you got out of college and then just
got a job as an accountant for city of Kansas City. And I was still in love with football, so I kind of was playing some semi-pro ball. And then I got picked up by the Raiders, actually a call. Say, "Hey, we want to bring you out, see if we can try you on a free safety." But by that time, I had started to move into ministry. It was just kind of bad timing. So I didn't even.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Yeah. I didn't know all that. So you could have been in the NFL.
Maybe. A tryout or a free agent offer doesn't mean you actually make it. But I was at least good enough to get a phone call.
So why did you decide not to take that?
New family, and back in that would have been in 90. Back then, the risk was all on you. They didn't pay you. I mean, they would have flew me out.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. I would have had to quit my job, and I had a newborn at the time. And I was in seminary, so I was also in school. I just didn't want to take the risk.
So did you have plans to, like, just being a full-time accountant? And
I didn't know. I mean, I like numbers, but I'm not an accountant. I don't fit that mold. I like spinning plates, obviously, right? So I started out in accounting just because that was a major, but that wasn't my bent.
Yeah.
So I essentially quit there and got a sales gig for Sprint. And then that took me into different areas.
And so when did you start your cigar journey? Because it sounds like accountant, ministry, Sprint. The
cigar is interesting because what I would do, because I had I was a lead pastor for 15 years. So what I would do on a Friday after I finished a sermon, I would go have a stick at Fidel's.
Was that how did it start? I guess
That's how it started.
you just say, "I'm just going to smoke a cigar."
I started originally going there to have coffee because it was a quiet place.
Yeah.
And I said, well, let me try a stick. And I don't know if you remember Tom. He used to own Fidel's. Remember Tom? He said, well, why don't you have a stick today? I said, okay. And after that first stick, it was over.
Do you remember your first stick?
Christoph.
Oh, you just jumped into it.
Roller ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I like coffee. Because he asked me, obviously, what do you like? I like the bitter, the strong. He said, man, why don't you try this Christoph?
I've been hooked ever since.
It was over.
So you started your cigar journey there. You smoked your first cigar at Fidel's, and then I guess what does that journey after that look like? Because you're still doing the accounting stuff, still doing ministry stuff, but like, when did cigars become a part of your world?
I smoked them enough to where it irritated my wife. So I mean, I smoked all the time. If I had a free time, I was going to go to cigar shop. And so in 2021, COVID, the church dissolved, and being a bivocational pastor for so many years, I was kind of bored. And so my wife and I kind of talked it out. So why don't we start a business? And I said, well, I got just the business we should start. And so we started with the cigars, and she said, why don't we add coffee? I said, okay. I said, I like coffees and cigars, so let's just do them both.
Yeah. So did you work at Fidel's too?
Well, that was I wanted to see the numbers. So I worked there not just to be around cigars, but I wanted to see the business, look at the numbers, look at the margins to see was it possible.
Yeah, that's the accountant side of it.
That's the accountant side. Like, can you make a living doing this?
Yeah.
If so, what will it take to be not just a living but profitable? How can we turn a profit in this?
Yeah. So you decided to open up Classic Blends. You do the coffee. Yeah. So why coffee? Like, why did you want to mix it in?
Well, again, the numbers. I knew, as well as I do, cigars, they sell but slow.
Yeah, you can't make a true profit off cigars.
You got to figure out how to turn it. And so for me, coffee was just a revenue stream. Like, okay, if I can increase my revenue as the cigars move, then you could turn a profit.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously the margins on coffee isn't major, but it's still a margin. It's a revenue source.
Yep.
And so, that's why in my mind I'm always trying to think, okay, you and I both know cigars has a great markup, but they just don't move.
Yeah, they don't move because I always tell people, like, well, one, to begin with, you're dealing with 1% of the population that smokes cigars.
Right.
So our clientele is 1%.
Yeah.
Other than, like if you own a bar or something like that, like, but your clientele is 60, 70% because a lot of people drink. Right. But cigars, you're dealing with 1% of the population.
Sure.
And then that person that comes in and buys a cigar,
he may not come back for a while.
Well, that either come back for a while or they're only buying most likely one cigar because each cigar takes, an hour to an hour 30.
And they're going to sit there.
And they're going to sit there. And it's because I compare it to, go to a bar in an hour and a half, you're going to probably have 2 or 3 drinks.
For sure.
Then, that's $20, $30.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But certainly the possibility is there.
Exactly. Yeah. And then with cigars, like I can most likely or minimum get one cigar
for sure
out of somebody.
Sure.
Not 10.
No.
Yeah. So that's the tough part about the cigar lounge.
That's the tough part of business. That's why you'll see a lot of guys, like if you go to different cities, most of the guys have more than one cigar shop. Because they're trying to increase the volume.
Yeah. So when you opened up, Classic Blends, you did that in, you said 2021?
I started the work in 2020. Right. Research, I worked for Fidel's all of 2020. And then toward the end of 2020, toward the end of that year, which rolled into 2021 is when I was like, all right, it's time to go ahead and do it.
What'd your wife say?
She was ready for it. I mean,
Okay.
because she's just a ride or die. My wife is a real good supporter.
Mm-hmm.
So once she seen it was something that I had a passion for, she got in behind it.
And so, why did you pick the spot you're in? Because where's the original one?
The original spot I picked was by Chicken and Pickle. And I couldn't get the guy down to the numbers because I'm a numbers guy. So I was like, okay, this is what it's going to take. And I couldn't get the numbers right. And so out of frustration, I just drove around North Kansas City looking for a location.
So why did you want to be in North Kansas City, though? Is that where you
Alcohol.
stayed? Alcohol, yeah. Makes sense because you're trying to increase your source of
You
revenue.
got to have revenue sources. Yeah.
So you've like, how did you find your spot? You just drove around and
Just literally, you got another stick. You got your stick of fire on you?
yep.
I
Sorry.
literally, man, good thanks. I literally just drove around, man. I was like, okay, this is not going to work out. And I kind of knew it. And I said, okay, let me look around. And I just happened to see a lease sign and just drove in and called the guy. Said, hey, man, is this place still available? He said, yeah. I said, okay, let me see it. And saw it that day and signed the lease the next week.
Wow. So that kind of reminds me of this place because, like, I was looking around this area because I wanted it to be in, KCK. And then I remember I stopped by a couple doors down because at the time it was a bar. Just like, just got done looking at a couple buildings. I was like, they weren't it.
Yeah.
And then the bartender was like, hey, there's a couple spots down.
That's kinda how it happens.
It's open. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And I came down here and I was just like, oh, yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, I got to jump on
Yeah,
this.
you did a job.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
So, how did your first year go? So, you opened it up in
Our
2021.
first year was bananas because when I opened that lounge, I'll tell anybody, look at the bylaws, look at the ordinances. I didn't know that you couldn't. I knew that they had a provision in their laws that allowed for cigars and alcohol. I didn't realize that it was for a standalone building. Right. And so by the time I had got to the part where I was getting my occupation license, that's when they told me, hey, you can't smoke in here. I was like, well, wait a minute. You signed my documentation and I stated clearly this is a cigar.
They told you at like 11:59.
Yeah. And so but by the grace of God, conversations, they just let it ride. Yeah. But
So-
anyone that goes there now, they won't be able to do it.
Yeah, it'd be tough for them now.
It'd be real tough.
I don't think they're gonna let that happen. So you opened it up, and then you did cigars, you did coffee, and then what made you say, hey, I'm gonna put some music into it too? Because I kind of took a page out of your book too.
Yeah.
When I saw, because you were open, a couple years for me, and I was just like, okay, he's doing music.
Yeah.
Because you do more of R&B, and I do just jazz.
Jazz.
Because I wanted to do something different than you.
Yeah.
But what made you say, let's do music in this too? Because you got a bar, you got cigars, you got coffee, and your music.
Part of that was the negotiation with the city and the landlord and the tenants was if I change my hours to once the tenants leave, then that gave me, then you can keep it rolling. But I knew that wasn't going to be enough hours to generate the revenue. So the music was kind of like a pivot. Like, okay, we got to figure out ways to get people in here since we're only open at 5.
Yeah.
So that was a pivot. Let's do this, and this will get people in. And I was trying to create that a 18th and Vine kind of a place to come to hear live music. And so that was more of a pivot, and it turned out to be good.
So when did you start the music? Just like right away?
Well, I started initially I didn't want to do music on the weekend. I was just going to do it like a jazz night. And that's all I was going to do because I was more or less, I thought, well, cigar folks want this. And so we did, we had Max Groove come out on, it was Thursday night jazz, and it was successful. And I thought, well, why don't we add Friday and Saturday? And so we just added those 2 days just to create the traffic.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
And it took off.
And it
Yeah.
took off.
Good.
Yeah.
And so when did you decide, hey, I'm going to open up another spot?
That was an in case. Because I thought at some point the city might change their mind.
Because then the other one's a standalone building.
Yeah. And the other one's a standalone building. And so once I saw that one, and my wife actually saw that building, she said, why don't we? And I didn't want that building. But when I went in and looked at it, I thought, well, it's been sitting for a year because it's been sitting the whole year that I had been open in my other space. So we just made some phone calls and it got a deal that was reasonable.
Yeah.
And I thought within that year that at some point they're going to come in and say, all right, well, you know what I mean?
Oh, I 100%. It's always like you always fear that just someone's just going to come in and just say, all right, hey, we're done.
We're done. Yeah.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's especially like if you're doing well, it's just like, when's the rug going to get pulled underneath me? Like,
and so that was kind of so that's what that was. But then obviously they're so close in proximity. I had to figure out how to create a totally different vibe, though they were that close. So that's why the lockers, the no music, just and then we really try to push memberships.
So how many members do you have at the
Probably 40, 45, not a lot. But
what are you capped at?
60.
Okay, so you're close.
Yeah.
And it's only been open for
2.5 years.
Yeah.
It'll fill up. I mean, because people turn. It gets warmer outside. I can smoke in my, and I hate chasing locker fees.
You ain't kidding.
So
that is one of the. And that was going to be my next question. Is like, owning cigar lounge and the business now. It's like, what have been some of the troubles that you face? And I know the lock fees.
Yeah, because it's what you call expendable cash. They don't have to have it, so you try to be selective. You get guys that are older because you 24-hour access, so you want guys that respect the location, respect the whatever. So
now I was going to ask you that too. How does 24 hours work with you?
It's been pretty good so far, but it's you kind of cherry picking too. You know what I mean? I'm not pushing lockers. It's not like, hey, I got lockers.
Yeah.
They're available. I'll throw it out there, and if you're selective at the end of the day. You just don't.
You don't give it to everybody.
No.
Yeah, all money ain't good money.
Right.
That's what I learned really quick.
Right.
It's like you got to have the right kind of people
that come in
because it's like everyone wants to come to your lounge, to see you and to see the environment, but it's also the people that are there. If you have the right people there, people are going to want to stay there.
It's going to attract the right kind of people.
Yes. And then because you just don't want anybody and everybody just to sign up because
then you'd be chasing money. Yeah. And I'm not a bill collector.
You're not a bill collector.
I hate that. And, for the most part, honestly, my clientele is good, but, money's money. And so it's just part of it, bro.
And then you said, hey, I'm going to open up a food truck. Like you got your hands in everything.
That was a pivot because, what happens is people are here and they're hungry. If they leave, their chances are they won't come back.
Yeah.
So that was like, we got to figure out a way to at least provide an option, right? And so obviously you can't cook everything that everyone likes, but there's an option there.
Yeah.
If the option is there, then people actually will come eat off the truck and won't come in the cigar lounge. They'll come grab a bite.
Works.
It's just a revenue.
And so, who's cooking though?
I got a couple of young guys I've trained. I like cooking.
I know you like cooking. Yeah.
If I wouldn't have done a cigar lounge, I probably would have done
a restaurant. So what's your favorite thing to cook?
Chicken, fried chicken, catfish. Those two items that I cook on that truck.
Oh, you have catfish too?
Yeah.
Oh, I got to try it.
Yeah.
I love catfish.
Yep. It's why. That's right. I fillet it up. That's my favorite thing.
So other than you chasing, I guess, fees and stuff, what other troubles did you run into your first couple of years?
I mean, some of the stuff that you run into, or you don't know it's an issue until it's an issue. Budgeting, trying to keep your cigar humidor full,
Yeah.
or at least the look of fullness.
And then knowing what to purchase, what moves, what doesn't move.
Because everybody, once you first start, they want to give you a cigar. They want you to try the cigar. So I've got cigars in there that have been sitting there for 4 years. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So
I also learned if people come in and say, hey, can you get a box of these cigars? I really like the cigars. Yeah. And if you get them, you might not ever see that person again. Then you just got a box of cigars that nobody in the room. Yep. Yeah.
So that's moving the cigars, budgeting inventory, making sure that you're not buying too much. I mean, that's just an accounting issue, but you really have to, and not really pulling too much out of the business. Initially, just like any business, you pour back into it.
Yeah.
All of the revenue you generate, you put back into it.
Yeah. You're not
really keeping
anything. And this from accountant side and owner lounge, it's like heartbreaking to see. It's like at the end of the year, you're like, oh, we made a lot of money. Oh, and we spent it all.
Yeah. You don't get to keep much.
No, you don't get to keep much at all.
No, not at all.
No. So it's been since 2021 since you owned it. So everything been good.
Yeah, I mean, it is good. I mean, it's a living. You really can make a living off of it, but you really have to understand the business. You have to try to figure out different ways to generate revenue without killing yourself, whether it's another lounge, whether it's selling your sticks, whether it's putting them online. We've got an e-commerce account where we sell product. I mean, it's all about sources.
Yeah.
And the more you do that, the better I think the more profitable you'll be, because it's not a hobby for me. I really want to make money at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you own a business, yeah.
So, I mean, and the way to do that, I mean, you just got to figure out different avenues to service what people like.
So what's been your favorite part about owning a lounge?
The oddly enough, it's the struggle. It's the fight, make sure it's successful. Keeping a clean shop, meeting the people. You meet so many people. And I tell people all the time, like, you meet some of the best people in a cigar lounge. Some of the best conversations. Yep. And, obviously my heart is ministry. Talking to people about what I believe. Challenge there. It's been, if you're an evangelist of any kind, it's kind of your.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's you're having a sermon. You're at church in the cigar lounge every day.
Every time you talk.
Yep.
There's events, not that I'm beating people up, but the conversation if it goes there, it goes there. Yeah.
So, and then you do a Bible study too. Was it every Tuesday night? And so how did that start?
Probably for me having a conversation, and I had a guy Buckner.
Yeah.
Joe Buckner. I would talk to him all the time. And from his questions, I think at one point he said, man, why don't you start a Bible study? It was really Gerald Buckner. And he kind of rode me for a minute, 3 or 4 or 5 months, maybe half a year, maybe 6 months. And finally I was like, okay, I'll do it if you come. All right. And that's kind of how it started.
And then it grew and grew. And I saw the last picture he took. I was like, oh, you got a good crowd in there.
Yeah. That's every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday. So what do you guys just sit and
talk? I mean, most of the times, all of us got common issues, right? Or common struggles, faithfulness, integrity. We're in business, doing the right thing when the wrong thing is easier. All of those issues. So every man struggles with it. And those issues, we just talk through them. Just kind of like just like a fireside chat.
Yeah.
Refreshing.
Yeah.
There's no preaching going on. Just here's something the scripture teaches. Here's the challenge. And all right, go live it out.
Yeah. So I have something similar here that I do, but we do it on Mondays because we're closed, but it's just for first responders, and it's called JFU meetings. And the reason why we call it JFU is because, you know how like AA means Alcohol Anonymous. You got all these like, you know, letters and acronyms. JFU means you just fucked up. So,
What now?
just fucked up. So we have, you know, anybody that's in the first responder field, they come here and we just kind of talk about, you know, anything and everything. It's almost exactly like Bible study.
Yeah.
So you just literally, it's a safe space. We're closed. So
Encouraging
nobody
each
comes
other.
in. Exactly.
I call it a safe space. Because everybody there is sharing honest stuff. You know, well, how did you get over this? How did you overcome this? How did you overcome that fuck up?
Yep.
At the end of the day, what did you do? And that's what's up. I mean, again, if this is something that I intend to do this until I can't.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, if this is something I want to do until indefinitely, this is my retirement plan. So okay, what better way to retire than to come have a stick and have a conversation?
Yeah. It's like this. We got the best jobs in the world, but it's also it's
hardest
tough.
job. It's a
job.
tough job.
Yeah.
Because
owning your own business
make money.
is tough. Yeah, exactly. It's just like you said, it ain't a lot of margin in them, but it's like it's a good job.
Yeah,
it's
a good job.
We come to work every day. We get to hang out with good people, get to smoke good cigars. Yeah, we'll pay the bills and worry and stress, but it's like we get to do this. You get the commonality of sit down with somebody and have a good conversation. You can't do that every day, you know, anybody's job.
And we get to do it every day.
And then I also tell people too, it's like, where else would you find somewhere where you can have, you know, a millionaire sitting there with some construction worker or some, you know, the people at two different walks of life that would never have would never sit down with each other anywhere else but a cigar shop, and they have commonality and they can talk.
Yeah.
And
exactly.
Yeah. And it's just like the cigar lounge is the only place that I can think of that would ever do that.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So are you're still preaching too?
No.
No? No. So you're just like, no, I can't do too many things.
No. Now I teach the Bible study and encourage folks, but I'm not like preparing a sermon. I did that for a long time. You know, it's not that I'm opposed to it, but that's just not what I.
Yeah. And then you decided, you said, hey, I got all this other stuff going on. Let me have my own brand of cigars too.
Revenue stream.
Yep.
I'm telling you, bro. I mean, think about it. I mean, you're in this business. How successful would you be if you didn't have different avenues? It's a revenue stream.
Yeah. So what got you into it though? Just
I was buying cigars. I had a boutique guy, Spence, compadres, come chat with me and trying to sell me his sticks. I was like, nah, I don't need any more boutique sticks. He said, well, how about having your own private label? That kind of perked my attention.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, I could do that. And so after that, it's like, okay, because it's wholesaling. Think about wholesaling sticks. If you got enough customers, clientele besides what you do, other cigar shops, no overhead. All you're doing is boxing them up and shipping them. It's just another avenue.
Yeah. All about money, bro.
You got to make
money. I like it. So tell me about your line. So what's it called?
It's called CBC, Classic Blend Cigar, CBC. And we started with the flavors because that's the easiest sell. But I'm still tweaking the standard sticks. I'm probably gonna, not probably, but we'll come out with different lines of cigars because now that the brand is kind of out there, you know, you can go to different parts of the city and find my cigars. So the brand is out there. So now I'm probably I will try to figure out how to create a really good cigar, but you got to spend money.
Got to spend money because like the more money you spend, the better the blend is.
The better the blend.
And so, how many different lines do you have?
Now I have 11. But the ones that are most popular are all of the flavor.
Flavor, yeah.
And I have one of the regular cigars. I say the Maduro. The Maduro blend is probably pretty popular, but it's not as good as it could be.
Yeah.
So the name is there.
Yeah.
So I'll just probably take the name and tweak the blend. So
how often are you, I guess, working on that blend? Because that's gotta be gotta be a full-time job too.
I really just started that. I really just turned my focus onto that. Now I've been working on that for the last few months, trying to get that blend right.
Now, how'd you come up with the label and stuff? Because I want to come up with my own cigar too, but I know it takes time and money.
It takes
and
time
effort.
and money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you come up with the
label?
The label.
My wife. Ride or die, bro.
Uh-huh.
She did that. She took a picture of me one day and said, "This would be nice on the label."
Uh-huh.
I said, "Okay."
There you go.
She figured that out. And I was like, "All right, let's go with it."
So what does your wife do?
She was a teacher, but she's retired to come help me.
Oh, good.
This was her last. She was done in May, so she didn't start this last school year. So she's working full time with us.
So what's it like working with your wife?
Well, she works in one shop.
You gotta say it's great because she's gonna see this.
Yeah. It's actually, I mean, obviously, it's, you know, it has its challenges because I mean, we're married, obviously, but she has my best interest, you know, because my success is her success.
Yeah, and she's fully supportive of you.
Fully supportive.
Yeah.
Like, what can we do to make this better? How can we tweak this?
It's always great to have a good supportive partner.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, because you don't want nobody saying like, "Oh,
don't do that. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" It's always like, "Oh, you want to do that?" She's that analytical person, or methodic. Okay, why you want to do that? How are you going to do that?
Yeah.
How much is it going to cost? Have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? That kind of thing.
And then so I'm just like adding on everything that you've been doing, because then after that, you were like, "Let me do a cigar festival too."
Now, see, that was originally my idea. I wanted to bring in like a big name, like a King George or somebody like that. And then I actually went to Jason to talk about space. And he thought the idea was good.
Yeah.
And so once he got a hold of the idea, and he and I both kind of put our heads together, Jason is a operations guy. Like, once he got the idea, he's like, and he just like, "All right, let's do it." Next thing I know, he's like, "All right, I've done this. I was like, "Bro, okay, what you want? What do I need to do?" So Jason more or less kind of, I gave him, basically threw the ball over the wall, and he took it and ran with it.
Yeah.
And it was good. It was good.
And so it was a couple months ago, right? Yeah, and it was the first one.
First one.
Yeah, and it was
successful. Good. I mean, I think it went well. I mean, the first one is always the hardest one because you
learn it.
You learn it, right? And so there's some things that I'm sure we would do differently. But it was, in terms of giving Kansas City options.
Yeah,
Kansas City is starting to pick its game up.
Yeah, I think because we're one of the only cities, cigar culture wise, that we don't have a cigar week.
No.
All the big cities that are, in the cigars.
Where it's a lot of, they do. But because we're not really working together.
Yeah. And that's another thing. It's like, because like in most cigar lounge owners, like me, you, everybody else, like we all work well together, but we just don't work together.
Right. I should say that.
Yeah.
That's probably a good way to say it.
I feel like we need to start working together, because the more people you bring into the culture, the more money that gets spread out to everybody.
It's good for everybody. Yeah.
And I know that's
why the Cigar Fest was so good. I think next year we should, what I've seen them do in other cities is when they say a cigar week, certainly Houston, because I went to their Cigar Fest. What they do is it's not really the cigar people that are doing it. It's actually some outside guy that's bringing people, kind of like what Paula does. And they bring people to your cigar lounges, and they're kind of spearheading, and you're just opening your space.
Yeah.
Because they're piggybacking off a car show, off of this or that, and giving people an option for something to do in the city. For you and I to do that, I won't have time.
Yeah.
I could do a Cigar Fest, a 2-day event, but to do a week event, it's
a lot of planning.
This, this bar that's got a rooftop, and go to this place that got this and that. That's a lot. And then for me to do, it's got to make sense. I got to have some value in it for me to put my time into it.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
Right. And so that's why you'll see in most cities, it's not really the cigar shops that's putting together the cigar week.
Yeah.
It's somebody it's a cigar enthusiast.
Yeah.
It's like
it's putting together the whole week.
And they're creating their income. And I'm not really sure how they do it. Maybe they'll come to you and say, "Okay, I'm selling tickets. I'll give you $10 if you of this ticket if you give me access to your space for this time. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really not a cigar guy that's doing it.
So yeah, and I want there to be a cigar week, and we just got to figure
that out.
Yeah, because I think that's what we're missing in Kansas City.
Yeah,
because we got the culture.
We've got the culture, and we've got enough different cigar shops spread out across the city.
And that's what I love too about this, this city and this community, is like every lounge is different. Everyone has a different little piece to them, a little feel, and everyone does things different. And it's like, so you're never really going to the same lounge here.
No.
And so everyone kind of gets a little bit of, different taste of everything. Yeah. And
there's one in Gardner.
Yeah, Ash and Anvil.
That's a great spot.
That's a
great lounge.
Derek and Joe, they're good people. Yeah.
That's a really good lounge. Mm-hmm. I went out there a few times. I'm like, man, he's got a nice setup out here. And you would think, like, he doesn't generate any real income, but it's the only thing out in Gardner.
That's the only thing out there. So they're coming in droves.
Yeah, because they're coming from,
and it's like the coolest spot in Gardner.
It's a really nice spot.
Yeah. He's got a speakeasy on the side. He's got the back area. I was like, man, you got everything. I'm like looking. I'm like, how can I do this?
Right.
You're probably the same way. You go stuff
for
like,
sure.
right,
I'm like, okay,
can I do this?
How can I pull it off? For sure.
So
that's pretty good.
Yeah. So when I talk about Kansas City culture, how great it is. Like, what is one thing that you think that is next for the Kansas City culture or the cigar
culture?
Yeah,
the cigar week. I think we need to do that, and it'll take, someone like Jason could pull it off. But it would take us sitting down together and trying to make it make sense for us to all participate in it. Mm-hmm. And like Diebels does like a cigar.
Yeah, they go to Cigar Fest.
Yeah, but he's got
2-3 days or 2 days.
He's got a ton of cigars to give away. Yeah, I'm telling you what he does is he's probably trying to empty out his inventory.
Yeah, he's got that. He's distributor.
Yeah, so he's trying to figure out. Okay, I got 100,000 cigars. I need to get rid of them, and he can do that. He can afford to do that. Well, we can't do that.
No, right. I can't afford to give away 2.
Right. But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but to work with someone like him would be tough because he doesn't need to, or even Kendall, he doesn't need to do it.
Yeah.
So it would have to be someone of our caliber in our range, like me, you, Jason,
the little guys.
Yeah.
So speaking of that too, like a lot of cities, like have these big, Walmart kind of style cigar lounges, like Cigar International. Mm-hmm. They come to different cities, and they always say it's better for the.
It's not.
Yeah, they're like, oh, it's going to be better for all the small businesses. It's not. Like, do you ever fear that might happen here?
Well, I've kind of got insight on how Cigar International moves, and they're not going to go to a space where they can't have a bar.
Yep.
So for them to come to Kansas City would have to change everything.
Their law. Yeah, and I know that their metric is too. Like they have to have a Top Golf around and a Bass Pro around.
Yeah. So the only space that could be
down the street from Legends. I'm like, oh hell no. But we can't do it.
You can't do it in Kansas.
So I was just like, whew.
We're safe for now.
Yeah.
Unless they lobby with the city. But you're right. Their metric is a Top Golf and a Bass Pro. Mm-hmm. It really is, and a decent food place.
Mm-hmm. And I know that they're talking about putting
in St. Louis.
I think that got shut down there.
It got shut down.
Thank God, because I talked to the
I was afraid of Lit, the guy who owns Lit.
He's like, Brian and Andrew. I talked to them not too long ago, and I actually went down there. I think November, December, and we kind of chatted, and they were just like, it was going in the same parking lot. I'm like, that's wild.
That's going to kill him.
And they're just like, yeah, it's good for the business. Like, no, it's not.
It may be good for CI, but it's not good for him.
Yeah.
And I don't know how that got shut down. I talked to not Brian, but Andrew, I think the son.
Yep.
I didn't really dig to how it got shut down. I was just happy for them that it did. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Isn't that funny how small this culture is? Because we do know
everybody knows everybody.
Everybody knows everybody. You have to.
Yeah, and I think what also help too is that, like, especially here, that they don't come here, is that we have Outlaw and like Deep. Like, we have two big boys. That they don't want to compete, because then you're gonna, if CI comes here, I'm sure Kendall ain't gonna start buying all the like general stuff and everything. Like you just you're taking my business.
Yeah.
So I think they fear that too.
Yeah. I don't. At least they won't come up north.
Yeah.
My fear would they would go somewhere out in Overland Park.
Yeah.
Or the Legends. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's hope not.
But that would be a fear.
Yeah. Then I'd be working with you, Will.
Yeah. But even if Cigar International pulls, there's a certain demographic of folks that just won't go there.
Yeah.
They like this feeling.
Yeah. So you've done all this stuff, which is a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, I know you're not done.
No.
What's next?
Well, I've got a big deal coming up. A big deal I'm moving to do. So
can we talk about it?
I can't talk about it.
Oh, come on. Can we talk about it off camera?
We can talk about it off camera.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I feel a little bit better. But you got things moving.
But you have to. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know, say, if, we all know, I'm going to give him some press. What's my boy's name? Monarch, Alonzo. If you have a small shop, you have to figure out a way to create. And he's got it because he does the parties.
Yeah.
He does different things, comedy night. You just have to. But that's a lot of work.
Yeah, because you can't just be a cigar lounge. You have to have something different, like to bring in people.
Right.
Like
you have to.
Yeah, especially like it's okay to bring in the same people. We got to bring in new people. You got to bring in more people to see the space, see the environment. And
I think one of the things that helps Kendall too is he has the finances to spend $1 million on inventory. Mm-hmm. Right. So if you've got that inventory, that alone will bring in the people.
Yeah.
But if you and I can't carry that kind of inventory, but if you could, then you wouldn't have to do all the other stuff.
Yeah. So what's next for Classic Blends then?
I got a couple of things I'm working on.
Can't know, right? Come on.
I would say, for us, some of the things that we have coming up. I'm just gonna try to do more events like wine bingo.
Yeah.
With my wife coming on, she's kind of very creative, like two-step night. Mm-hmm. I'll keep my Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesday because I got to have where I'm just a lounge, right? Because you got to keep guys coming.
Yes, and a lot of people don't realize that. Yeah, it's like you got to have days where it's just a lounge.
Yeah. So otherwise, you're a party spot.
Yep.
And so then I'm protecting Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. So my days are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I got nothing going on, and then Sunday I got nothing on.
Yeah. So
Friday and Saturdays are my days.
We can do whatever.
That's it. Weekend.
Other than we're cigar line. So you protect those days, and then hopefully your goal is to build your inventory out, keep pouring into that inventory. Because like I said, you could spend money on cigars, build out an inventory, and they'll never move. Mm-hmm. And that's okay. But you just want to have access to the cigars.
Yeah.
And so if you can create the events, generate the revenue, you don't have to necessarily live off of it. Mm-hmm. Build the inventory. Essentially, you'll get to a space where you can't have just 2 or 3 moving days and everything else is just kind of this where you just sit down.
So what advice would you give somebody if they were getting into the cigar world, trying to open up a lounge?
Make sure you read the laws. Make sure you understand city ordinances, and then location is everything.
Location is everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Find a great location, understand the laws. And I would not open up a cigar lounge without a bar.
It's tough.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
Not unless I had a good amount of money to really stock out inventory that I could afford to set on 400,000 or 500,000 and it not move.
Mm-hmm. So, do you have any regrets on like anything that you've done before?
Maybe, one of the things that I've had to dial back on is the events. Mm-hmm. It's because it's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, because a lot of times you're spending more money than you're making.
Yeah, right. Trying to create. So, so you really gotta find a really balance in that.
Yeah.
You don't want to be too much of a party space because you want to. We're at the end of the day a cigar lounge. Because that's what you want to retire to.
Yeah.
You don't want to retire to where you're an event planner. So if I've had any regrets, it would be maybe going too far into that.
Yeah.
You know, you really want to. So if I could just keep it more or less where it is now. If I create an event, it has to be on this day.
Yeah. Yeah. So I try to do at least one event a month.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to, because we have music every weekend.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just like you said, I don't want to be I'm kind of an events lounge, but I'm an events lounge on the weekends, like not during the week and stuff like that. And so I always try to get at least one cut and light or some kind of event.
And that's practical. And it doesn't, because you guys spend money with those guys. Those guys don't come out for free.
No.
You're spending, $1,200, $1,000. And that, I mean, and I do cutting lights once a month. In fact, we have Drunk Chicken coming out for my birthday, the 23rd, the white party. And then we're going to have Imani Cigars coming out September the 13th. And ATL is coming out. I've been working on Roma Craft. So some of these boutique guys that are out there that are good cigars.
Yeah. Roma Craft is great.
Excellent cigar.
Yeah. So that being said, what are some of your favorite cigars that you're smoking right now?
Oddly enough, I've been smoking Ligas. I really just Liga 9s.
That's like top 3 cigar of all time for me.
But that's the one I've been smoking. But prior to this, I was smoking that Cro-Magnon.
Oh yeah, Roma Craft. Yeah.
That black Cro-Magnon. And then I'll vacillate between the Cro-Magnon, this, and then that Crux.
Yeah, Crux is good.
The Crux, the orange one, the orange label Crux.
Yeah, my favorite one is the Epicure Habano and the Limitada.
Yeah,
you gotta try those if you haven't.
Yeah, I do have.
Yeah,
yeah.
So what's your all-time favorite cigar, but what is the cigar that's most memorable to you?
That Cristal.
Because that was your first one.
My first cigar.
That's a good. Yeah.
The one that had the little ball on the top. You had to roll it and pinch it off. You know what I'm talking about? That was my stick. And I don't know why I got off of it. I tell you why I got off of it is because I went in there to buy it and he didn't have it.
Yeah.
And then Tom said, "Why don't you try this?" And he turned me on to like a Oliva V.
Yeah.
So why don't you try it? If you like that, then you'll like this. And the Oliva V Melania.
Yeah.
And I started smoking that one. And then it got to the point where it wasn't strong enough. Then I went to.
So you didn't even start on sweet cigars at all?
Oh, not at all. Because I like bitter coffee.
Lucky you. That's because my first cigar was in 2012 when I smoked. It was a Rocky Patel. And it was right after I graduated the academy. And I was, I'm gonna smoke my first cigar, and I loved it. And then my second cigar was a Liga 9, and woof, it was too strong for me at that time. I was like, oh Lord, I tried jumping right in the deep end. I was just like, oh, I'll do the strongest, whatever. Let me do it. And then I went back and I started doing acids.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's sweet, it's all right, but it ain't me. And so I did that for a little bit, and then I got into just, medium cigars, and I kind of worked my way up. Yeah. Now I smoked everything, but I can't smoke a sweet one anymore.
I can't.
Like, it throws me off.
Yeah. I just got my wife and I just went on a cruise, and we did and I took every one of my sweet cigars because I smoked them to blend them, but I haven't smoked them since. And I actually enjoyed them.
Yeah.
But there wouldn't be something I go to.
Yeah.
Out of my sweet cigars, the most popular one is the peach cognac and the pineapple cognac. So I took them all, the peach cognac, regular cognac, because I didn't have anything to do but sit on a boat and smoke. And there's some good sticks. They're just not what I prefer.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I tell people. It's just like, I just don't prefer sweet cigars. Like, they're good stuff. Yeah. Because it's damn near the number one seller at every lounge.
Every lounge.
Yeah.
The Fat Bottom Betty. I can't keep those names.
Yeah, Fat Bottom Betty, Sweet Jane, Leather Rose, all those sweet cigars, they fly off the shelf. Yeah, I'm calling my rep every week and just like, hey, I need some more.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Is your rep...
Pain.
Yeah.
Pain. Yeah. Good old Crazy Dave.
I need to buy some.
Yeah.
If he sees this, he'll call me.
He's in town.
Is he?
Yeah, they're doing an event in Ashton Anvil tonight.
Really? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm surprised he hadn't called.
So not business wise, or this could be a business question, but we'll end with this. Like, so what's next for you?
For me personally?
Yeah. And then I guess what's next for you? And then where do you see yourself in Classic Blends in like next 5-10 years?
Well, the next thing for me is probably to try to move to where I'm doing nothing but cigars. Right? Because I still do a lot of other stuff. I'm still doing some accounting. So essentially it's to phase out of that and just focus on the cigar business. Because I'm really not focused on it. Because I can't. It's not enough revenue. You know, I need a little bit more money than what the cigar business is bringing in. So eventually to keep moving in a way where I can maybe open up another store.
Maybe franchise it.
Not in Kansas City.
Yeah.
I don't want to franchise because if you start franchising, you lose what you've created. But if I open up another store, I'd put somebody there and this is what I want. This is what I want it to look like. But essentially to open another store in another city.
So where do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years? Or where do you see yourself for
Next 5 or 10 years.
Yeah.
Fully retired.
Fully retired.
Fully
Like
retired.
not even doing this anymore?
Only managing it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I could get to that point.
You can. Kendall's there.
I know, but Kendall got money.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like, y'all, I need like 10 different revenue streams.
Figure it out, bro.
Yeah.
It's there. I mean, like I said, Kendall got in on the game when nobody else was doing it, though.
Yeah, because it was just him and Cigar in the back and Deebles.
And Deebles. That was it. And so he got into it when, and at the end of the day, to some extent, we're hurting his business.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he's so established that it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I feel like we're competition, but I feel like how I look at it is we're bringing more people to the cigar culture.
In the culture.
So he's going to get more customers. Debo's going to get,
essentially.
You're going to get more. Everyone's going to, I think, because everybody shares the same customer.
Yeah.
We all share the same 1% of cigar smokers of the world.
But that's a huge 1%.
It's yeah.
It's $1 billion business.
Yeah. Well, I ain't seeing that yet, but
Yeah.
But hey, man, it's been a pleasure having you on, man.
Sure.
I really appreciate you coming out.
Oh, man,
I know you've
thanks
been
for
busy. I'm busy. You busy.
I love your skits, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Especially when we're doing like when you walk in the store and you got like all this stuff in your
yeah. Everyone's like, oh yeah, like how everyone thinks you walk in. Yeah, like
you come in pimping in, like then you come with all this shit in your hand dropping it.
Yep.
That is true.
That is so true. Yeah. Everyone and I was actually talking to somebody else. Like it was last weekend, and they own a business, and they're just like, it's funny how if you own a business and someone thinks you're doing well, they think you got all the money in the world. No. We still working to get it. Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. But Will, hey man, it's been my pleasure, man. I appreciate you coming out.
Yeah, mine too.
Let people know how they can find you, social media, your stores, your address, your hours, all that stuff.
We have 2 locations, Classic Blends Coffee Cigar Lounge. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Website, classicblendcigar.com. And address 2425 Burlington on the North Kansas City side. And then the 201 East 21st Street. Hours, we're open. Both locations are open pretty much all day. You just got to Google us. You'll find the hours and just come check us out. Love to see you.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure, man. As always. And before we end, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Strawberry Hill Podcast. And make sure you check my buddy Will's spot out, Classic Blends. If you go see him, you got to come see me too. So we will see you guys next time, and we out.